I found like a sister through her, a friend, someone who is checking over me. I'm stuck in town. Someone sends me fare.
Would you tell her, hey,
no.
I'm stuck in town?
No.
What would happen?
I'm just like randomly someone sends money. And I'm like, oh. Then she sends a message and she's like, oh, I know you won't ask, but I know you are stuck. Let me just have the 150 bob, the 200 bob for your lunch or for your fare back home. So I'm like, okay. Continued. There are times like when I'm being hosted by that friend in Pipeline, she would package a large box. Then she would tell me, pick it in this place. Come pick this food in this place.
Wow.
So if I insist I don't want, then she would push, I must deliver that food to where you are.
This is a new meeting point for people all over the world to gather for healing and ultimate wellness through the solutions provided in our conversations. Welcome to Wellness with Lily. There's that generic advice that is very common, financial advice that many financial advisors give us, and most of us already know that advice. Make sure you save a certain percentage of your income. Make sure you have insurance for health and all the different packages there are. You can have education policies and all that financial jargon. Now, on wellness, we like to humanize everything because some of those things, when you really look at your life, even if you really want to follow some of that financial advice, you just can't. Mahitaji ni mengi. You have so many responsibilities and obligations, and you wonder how you're going to manage your finances when you're on a hand-to-mouth income. That's why we are here today to discuss financial responsibility from a human perspective, from a realistic perspective. This is Wellness with Lily. I am Lily, and with me is a financial advisor from ICEA Lion. His name is Timothy Muema. You are also a believer, a husband, and many other things we're going to be unpacking during the show. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you.
Tell us a little about yourself. Who is Timothy Muema?
So I'm Timothy Muema. I'm a husband and working with ICEA Lion, and a representative of the Kingdom of God in the marketplace.
Wonderful. Yeah. That's okay. My first question is, how does upbringing affect our financial habits? There's some things I think I saw my parents doing or older people in my life doing that affected my financial habits. And I wanted to know from you if there are any instances you remember in your childhood that really shaped how you view money.
I've been raised by a single mother. And one of the things with my mom she's a saver. She understands the power behind saving. So in my coming up, I took it as a lesson as I'm coming up. Yeah. And I think it has helped me. So in life, literally, I come to realize there's a picture that shapes people based on where they are coming from. Yeah. Just like how a man may watch a father to become exactly as your father. Yeah. So life of finance, I think it applies. And that's why the biggest problem we have in the society today is because many people are coming from a ground whereby they were never taught about money issues. Right. Yeah.
Are there any instances that you can remember, like a loss, job loss, or lack, or abundance that shaped your choices in terms of money? Yeah.
Amazing. So there is a quote that people say, the biggest enemy to every rich man is poverty.
Yes.
So if you have come away from poverty or you've been raised from a humble background, there's something we understand always, to live, to come out of poverty or to come out of a life of struggle and pain and manage to maneuver to a life of abundance, or at least to a life that is better and that is well satisfied. So for me, I'm coming from a humble background personally, and I've seen pain and the other side of life. And I can give you a story that in my rising, even in this career, I've gone through on and off. There's a time I had no place to sleep, and I used to sleep around town.
Where?
They are in a given office, in a certain office. I used to spend my night in an office.
Did they know, the owners?
Not really, but to some extent, if their office is locked, I used to spend my night in the washroom because they don't lock the washroom.
Yeah.
I have tell you, I have walked from town to Pipeline, to and from. I've been hosted by a friend in Kawa West, and I've walked from Kawa West to town and back. So in my rising, I've gone through the pains of life to be where I am. So it became like a powerful lesson to learn that when any single coin that I make, I need to master my decisions, and I need to be also very disciplined in my spending and to know how to budget myself out. So the painful moments of life, they have taught me a lot of lessons, even how to handle with money.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are people who might be listening and they are feeling financially stuck in a place where they don't like it, but there are no opportunities coming through for them. So I just want to hear from you, like that time when you were sleeping in an office, what had happened? Had you lost a job, or what had happened, and how did you get out of that situation?
It was on my onset of my profession as a financial advisor, because you start from scratch. You start from zero, and there's nothing like help from anybody, and no assistance from anybody. So you are picking yourself, you are starting a profession by yourself. You are committed, you are passionate about it. So there's nothing like a hand from anywhere to help you. So by that, that means what? No income, because you are on a start of a new profession. And this is a job that demands time, and also for you to gain trust with people as you continue to grow, even to come to a level whereby you can make money and you can make income for yourself. So at that moment now, you have no other place, but you are passionate about the career. In the onset of the career, of course, everybody was trying to build a profession. You have to start from zero. And in sales, or majorly in this field, that's where I began. So it simply means what? You have nothing at the pocket. There is no income per se. So you can't afford even to pay a single room, even in Pipeline of 4,000 or 3,500. So I believed in the career, I believed in my profession, and I felt my future is here. But you know what? I have to push. In the center of storms, I have to see the end from the beginning. So I have to pay the available price for me to end there. So one of the price that I paid that time is, if I can't afford to have a house somewhere, let me, even if it's to sleep around the washrooms, I will. And that is what I did. So I was sleeping around the washrooms.
How would you shower? Let me just, let me calm down. Let me go to that level. How would you shower? Where would you put your changes of clothes? Where would you eat? Things
got tougher now that my initial Kasingu room was closed because I could not afford.
Oh, it was locked?
Yep.
Oh no.
Now I'm in a new career now. I'm trying to build up myself. So what did I do? I picked up my briefcase and I brought them back to the office. So in a certain office in town. So I would find a friend who can host me in the evening. If not, when I hang around the office or I sleep around the washrooms, I would just shower by the washrooms. So because I never used to do suits by then. I just used to do trouser and shirt.
And maybe a tie.
And a tie. So unajiosha kidogo makwapa uso. Tavalia shati. And the life continued.
Wow. And then I also noticed you walk around with your cards. My cards are in my bag. So most of the time when I've met people, and I usually avoid walking around with my bag. So most of the time when I've needed my card, it was far. But I noticed your card is always in your pocket.
So the cards are always, you need to put them in a place whereby anywhere I go, they are too closer to me. So either in the court, like on the front, or by the trouser, a place that you can easily pick them out. Because not everybody is comfortable to give you their numbers direct. So there are people, they just need to have your card, and then they can consider to call you back. Or you can give them your card, and then you can have the power to ask them, can I have your number now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes for a good conversation
Definitely.
starter.
Definitely.
I was just telling you off camera that there are guys who approach me with romantic interest, and just the dressing just, disengages me. And that's a thing that I believe goes for any other product someone would be trying to sell. And then I was also telling you that the first time that you approached me, I even remember what you were wearing. I remember it was a blue suit and it was very crisp.
Thank you.
So give us some tips on how a gentleman can look good. What do you look for in a good outfit?
There are a couple of things that we check for you to look absolutely nice and outstanding.
Yeah.
Number one, the suit that you are wearing.
The shoes.
The suit.
Oh, the suit.
Let's start with the suit. So make it a fitting suit.
Fitting, yes.
A fitting suit, if you can.
Yeah.
So you can talk about tailor-made, or you can have either ready-made.
Yeah.
It's okay. Then how you mix the colors. Because if I'm doing a striped suit like this one, the checked one, the one I'm doing now, you have to do it with a plain shirt.
Oh, okay.
It will go nice with a plain shirt.
Yeah.
Then you don't do a striped suit and a plain shirt, and then you do another striped a line tie. No,
okay.
It's wrong.
All right.
So either do a flowery tie, or just a plain tie. Yeah. So the suit, if the suit is plain, then you can do might be a striped tie and a plain shirt, then it will be okay.
Yeah.
So there are what we call the corporate colors. You can talk about gray, you can talk about navy blue.
Right.
You can talk about black. Of course, there we have some clean men who do some other shouting colors.
Yeah.
And then something else is the shoe and the socks.
Yeah.
So for me, I love happy socks or the striped socks. They look nice.
Yeah.
So it's something by the time I'm appearing before you, my outfit has already closed the deal.
True.
It has already caused you to be really, you admire me to stay.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is how you smell. If you can put a very good cologne, then you will kill the atmosphere.
Nice.
So there are offices I go there like, oh, wow, Timothy, how you just smell is like someone wants you to stay longer in my office.
That's true.
So those are they look like small things, but they have big weight. So how you appear, so you can just package yourself in that nice dress. Of course, for ladies, we say you have to consider high heel. Of course, it makes you outstanding.
Yeah.
And if it's a hardback, a good hardback, might be a leather hardback probably to look nice on you. And of course, I know you like ladies, they don't fail in terms of makeups and all that. They are nice. So it's simply a package of how you appear.
Yeah.
How you appear matters a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't mention the haircut. And I think sometimes men forget to just groom their hair and their face, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you find someone has pimples on their skin, beard, I don't know what they're called, beard pimples. Yeah. Do you do any skincare? And this is just a detour. We're coming back to finances, but it's still enmeshed with finances.
Yeah.
Do you do any skincare on yourself? And also well done for the nice crisp haircut.
Okay. Yeah, I think shaping matters.
Yeah.
And how you put your haircut and everything.
Yeah.
If you're blessed with beards like myself.
Yeah.
I think for me, every weekend I must be attended to.
Nice.
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Every weekend I must be attended to.
Nice.
Yeah. So the haircut, I like it, by the way. I think my service provider told me this one will look good on you. So then I had to see how it goes like, and then in the market people are like, oh, I like your newest style. Looks good on you.
Yeah.
So how you shape, by the way, matters a lot.
Yeah.
So if you're a beard person, then keep them at least well kept.
Yeah.
So if the cut comes out nicely, trim them in that they don't look bushy or something like that. So at least you maintain them in a certain height that is okay.
Yeah.
Then the hair, you can still put it in an okay way.
Yeah.
So by the time, I don't look like Jamaa wa mtaa.
Yeah.
At least for you also to look nice. True. So the face, at times I do scrubbing. Yeah, so I've not tried a lot of might be skin treatment or what, no.
Yeah.
But at least God has given me the grace not to have issues of pimples on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I like that you've mentioned scrubbing, just doing what is relevant to you, what your skin needs. Now from there, let's go to education background. You mentioned that you used to be a school captain and also a CU chairman. How was that? What was your high school experience like? And try to see how you can incorporate the question of finances. Did you have enough pocket money? Did you have support from relatives? Was it easier in school than after school?
So being raised by a single mother, I think it comes also with a challenge at times. So I just found favor with the school management, either when the school fee is not there or mom has delayed to send money, that they can still accommodate me in school. So coming from a Christian background, I think it also gave me that outstanding personality about myself.
Okay.
So then from Form 1 coming up to Form 4, I think I was a prefect, we used to call them like that. So in the last year, then I found the grace and the opportunity to be both a school captain and at the same time to be a CU chairman. So I'm a lover of God and a representative of the kingdom of God. So I began then. So it was a big task, standing for two positions in one. But I think I liked it because I feel loaded to impact a generation more than myself, more than living for myself. So with the godly values and the school captain is about also leading people and showing the way by virtue of also you starting the journey. So people live as a leader, you become like a signboard. People look over you and they can become exactly like you. So for me, the school life with the challenges and all the storms and all that, but I think I managed by the grace of God to maneuver through.
What were the biggest challenges you faced in high school?
The school fee challenge sometimes. The school fee challenge.
Yeah, school fees.
Because when there is a big delay for the money, by the mom, business has not been okay, then it may get a place whereby you are sent home. So it was a big challenge either way, but then I had to maneuver through. So I think that was one of the biggest challenge there. Issues of school, my pocket money, it was not a big deal. If I can afford just to have the money for the school fee, then I'm okay.
Okay. I wanted now to go to relationships because I think the partner that the people that we date or the people, especially the people that we marry or get married to, really impacts us financially. So I have to ask how you met your wife because there's a story there I'm really looking for and I want people to hear it because your story is not conventional. How did you meet your wife?
We used to fellowship together in Embakasi by then, and we were in the same youth fellowship team. So I used to see a very silent girl in our midst, and then I was like, oh, let me say hi to her.
How old were you around that time?
That was in 2016. I was about 23 or 20 what? Somewhere there, 23.
Okay.
So for her, she was preparing to join campus. Myself, I've already begun this career. I've already now joined.
Okay.
But not well up at all. So we became...
that's the time now you're living in an office.
Now that's the time now. I'm in the wilderness of struggling and pain. So we got to know each other by then. Then we became friends. So funny enough, I found like a sister through her, a friend, someone who is checking over me. I'm stuck in town. Someone sends me fare.
Would you tell her, hey, I'm stuck in town?
No.
What would happen?
I'm just like randomly someone sends money and I'm like, oh. Then she sends a message and she's like, oh, I know you won't ask, but I know you are stuck. Let me just have the 150 bob, the 200 bob for your lunch or for your fare back home. So I'm like, okay. Continued. There are times like when I'm being hosted by that friend in Pipeline, she would package a large box. Then she would tell me, pick it in this place. Come pick this food in this place.
Wow.
So if I insist I don't want, then she would push, I must deliver that food to where you are. You have to tell me where you are, I will deliver the food because I know you have not eaten anything. Probably you have walked from town to Pipeline and you have not taken anything. So I would like to deliver this large box to you. So in weekends, because the father used to work by night shifts, she tell me, weekends you can pass around. Then they like to do chapati around weekends. So she would tell me, just pass around. And the mother is very social, a woman of God, a very amazing lady. Then they would accommodate me. They will come, cook, pray. And so the mother saw me like a brother to her, because she is born alone.
Oh, she's born alone? Born
alone, yeah. The only child. So we continued, and then to come around 2017, we asked ourselves, if someone ever think to date, who will you think to date? And everybody answered, of course you, because you are a friend. Who initiated that conversation? Myself. Yeah, because I felt many times Christian brothers, that's where they make a mistake. An opportunity may have come closer to you, but you have never seen, you have never opened your eyes to say. Have you had? And you see, it is something never in women's software. Women is hard to initiate that kind of a talk. So I had to run fast before I be frustrated later. So we moved and we believed God. We said, now let's grow. So we have grown together. When I was sleeping in the offices, one of the time I got sick. And that time she was almost in her final year in KU, which was around either third year or somewhere there. So she used to stay with a friend in KU. So what happened? They told me, now because you are stuck in the office and there is no place you can go, and you are sick, we will need to host you. So I moved, and they gave me a mattress. They used to lay it down there for me. So that was another moment I saw demonstration of love and someone who is really for you. They hosted me there. It was like a few months. Then they left the room for me. Really? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so we went, I think I saw someone who really has the description of the kind of a woman I would like to have for life. Yes. So we went through the journey, the process together. She has stood with me, she has supported me, she has believed in me. And 2023 here comes by surprise. And I had no doubt this was the woman that God has set for me. Set for me. So we grew as a friend. We have learned each other. We have seen the bad and the good side of each other. And coming to wedding in last year, October, it was the most amazing thing that ever happened to our lives. So I married a best friend. I married someone who loves me. I married someone who believes in my vision. And I got a friend, and I'm enjoying life. I hope we'll be able to put pictures of your traditional wedding and also your white wedding. You threw the full party. Hearing you talk, one would imagine that you'll try to save and not do a wedding. You know, some people say, oh, let's grow fast and then we do a wedding. What's the importance of doing a wedding? What's the importance of just going through that process? Okay. I think the big part of love is when you can buy to take commitment. When you can? Buy to take commitment. The real demonstration of you being a man is when you accept to take responsibility and commitment. That's where a real love for man is demonstrated. True. So paying dowry by this is just a demonstration of telling the parents of the lady that I'm so grateful and thank you for giving me a wonderful lady to be my wife. You can't pay them. You can't buy anybody. You can't buy a lady. So it's just a small token of saying thank you for giving me an amazing angel to be my wife. So, issue of saving, I think there is never a perfect time. You will never gather enough money for you to do wedding. Hey, say that again. You will never. But the day you take us, I think life is a game of faith. Life is a game of faith. It's just like Abraham being told, just come out of your father's house and to a land I will show you. So the day you take that step, and I will tell you, because our wedding and all the plans, it was God ordained. We never knew we would marry in 2023. You know that story you're telling me and the pictures I see you posting, it doesn't, you look like someone who came from a wealthy family, who had sponsors. Not really, but it's by grace. I think when the grace of God comes on a man, everything becomes possible. So our plan was to wed in 2024. That was our initial plan. At least She has graduated in 2023. At least myself, I'm trying to fix myself here and there. And then 2024 can be okay.
Yeah.
But something happened in 2023, on the onset of 2023. I felt this thing within me, this is the time. This is the time. And I was like, really? This is the time. And I felt the weight over me. In my spirit, I felt it. This is the time. And just blindly like that. And I'm like, the money I have in my money market saving probably won't be enough to pay the dowry and to sponsor a few things.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing the wedding, as the host, as the man per se, or as you together, you need to contribute a big portion of the budget.
For sure.
Because you own the project.
Yeah.
If there's one place people have been disrespected, is these issues of fundraising to support a wedding. So I felt I need to have a big portion of it. So we began it. I said, no, you know what? February, around end of it, I'm coming to see your parents. So she was like, really? No. I think you're not serious. So even when she told her parents, they were like, really? It is now real. Then we were like, yeah, it's real. So we came for the first, we are now the official visitation now. Like now we have decided we want to start this journey. And then following month, we're going to be given now the dowry budget and all that. And then things were like, oh, okay. But one thing that I want to appreciate God, leave about my contribution towards the entire thing, God sent men also to us. So there was a big hand of God around the entire thing. And then our pre-wedding was in 10 June. 10 June. It was like a kind of wedding by itself. Because we called it a white, gold and white kingdom pre-wedding. And it was an amazing, we had around 400 people in gathering from Nairobi coming to Makueni County. And it was an amazing thing for the glory of God.
Did you take a loan?
Not really.
You didn't take a loan?
Not really.
What do you mean not really?
I mean, we did not take a loan.
You did not take a loan?
We did not take a loan. So we used what we had to, especially for the payment of the dowry, and then the contribution from the friends. And I think because one time I was praying in Nakuru, and God was giving me a vision of how my functions will be. And in one of the visions, he showed me there will be a massive contributions of people over your function. And that was evident even in the WhatsApp group that few of my friends formed it. And there was a massive grace. People were like, what is happening? Because we have never seen a kind of grace like this one. Whereby people are moved, people I don't know, some people I just met once, and they are willing to stand by your side. And we gathered a big of number of portion of money that I can't say, but it was an amazing. Even come to the day of the pre-wedding, there was a big grace. People came, friends came. And it can only be the grace of God. And that's how we avoid, we never went on the shock of taking a loan or what. We were never stuck at all. And we never, the circumstances didn't happen that we would go that way. So by God's grace, we were able to do our functions in that way by the grace of God, and God sent men together with even what we had on top of it. So I like the fact that you had something. You're not coming with zero. I also like the fact that you're listening to God. And I always feel like when one is walking within their purpose, they will have a very clear discernment for what to do at what time, seasons. So I think for me, one of the most impactful seasons I've had was just having a season where I felt convicted that it's my time to leave employment. Not really having a clear plan, but just at the back of my mind, I sense it so strongly that this is the right time. I know you're very new in marriage and you just recently got married, did your wedding, but I have a strong feeling that God has given you grace to advise on this issue of wedding. So I will linger here for a minute. I've seen people who do very big weddings, show-stopping, especially people who come from very wealthy families. And sometimes
it's genuine, sometimes it's not. Many times those marriages break, even when the wedding was so big. What are your thoughts surrounding that?
So I think the beauty of a marriage is not measured by how big the wedding was. No. And I think one of the biggest problem, especially in our generation today, people prepare for wedding and they don't prepare for the marriage. Marriage life starts after wedding. So you need to prepare. You see, that's where now life begins. That's where marriage starts after wedding. Because wedding we come to eat and friends come to take photos, and that's the thing. But you and now your wife, marriage starts after wedding. So the biggest problem we have today is that, and one of the mistakes, and respectively speaking, I think there's a problem even right from dating life. Because we are in a generation of material. We are in a generation that is more possessed. Women more possessed of what a man is. Men more possessed of the beauty. And I always say,
nowadays they're also looking at the money. Nowadays men are also, I've been made to understand that nowadays men are also looking for women with money.
So the beauty of a woman does not lie by the curves. The beauty of a woman lies by the personality, the character, and the life values and the principles she stands for. The same way applies to a man. So if I married you because of beauty, what about when the beauty will begin to erode away? I'll look now for flat tummy. Because every woman after giving birth, there's a very dramatic change that comes over.
For sure.
So what about if a lady married a man because of wealth, because of what a man is? There will be a problem. So if tomorrow the man goes broke and job in apotea, what happens? Then the lady will move to another man who is well up. So I think the real demonstration or the real definition of love is when you love someone by who he or she is, but not what they have.
I love that.
And the big problem now is that we have men who are loving women based on beauty, the physical beauty, and we have women who are loving men based on what they have. Big problem. Number two, another problem we have is that that essence of true love is no longer there. That's why when love for money and love for sex and beauty came, then true love disappeared. So what we've been left is the lust. And lust has no future. Lust has no life. So there is that absence of the true essence of definition of what is love. Number two, we have a big problem. We need also to check your vision for life, your destiny. Where are you going? The Bible says two people can never go together unless they agree. So you have to check, who am I? The big problem we have young people get to marry, but they are yet to discover themselves.
True.
Until you discover yourself, you don't need anybody. So you have first discover, who am I? As pertains life and destiny. I'm a pastor. If I'm called to be an evangelist, my wife must have already understood the kind of person I am,
for sure.
And I've concluded I'm capable and I have what it takes to live and to walk in life and destiny with this kind of a man. That's also a big problem. So you need to discover as far as vision and destiny is concerned, you have to agree. Number three, background setup, where you are coming from. There are people coming from background that have issues. And now this leads to what I call family altars. So you are coming from a background whereby nobody has ever done a wedding. It is not, there are what we call now patterns in backgrounds. It's something to deal with. And they are spiritual issues. So you need to address it. So you don't, before you marry someone, before you think of marrying someone, you need to first check their background, check where the person is coming from, then deal with that thing. Number 4, fear of God.
Fear of God.
You can never give true love, not unless first you have learned to love God.
Oh, that's profound.
No man can give true love. No woman can offer true love if they don't love God. The genesis or the author of marriage is God himself.
But you know, nowadays, nowadays people are doing everything and they still love God. You know, you'll see somebody, someone's side chick.
Yeah.
But on her socials, she loves God. She talks about God. You know, people have this. We found a way to do both. You know, to love God and do whatever we want to do. On the other hand, yeah. So what do you mean by love God? Because people love God and they still do, you know, everything. Yeah.
I think we need to check what is really the fear of God, because the fear of God, it's whereby I've subjected myself in totality to walk, and I've exalted God and His word above anything else. How I think, how I talk, how I walk, how I dress, how I do things, I measure them based on the word of God. That is the fear of God. So we have what we call religion mindset with people. Yeah. Whereby you look godly from appearance, but what you live for doesn't look like God Himself. Yeah. That is a religion.
You actually don't have a relationship.
You don't have a relationship. Yeah. So there are many people. Someone was telling me, I married in church and I wonder why this person is like this. And I tell people, church is a gathering, is a combination of all personalities. Everybody's in church. All personalities are in church. Yeah. But we need to come to a place of maturity whereby we talk about the fear of God. So when a man or a woman has not learned to subject herself or himself in totality to the word of God, to live by the word of God, then I'm telling you there's a problem. Yeah. There's a problem.
I love
There's a problem.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Timothy, now let's go into the nitty-gritties of finances. I like that you've told us your story. We've been able to see that situations are not always ideal. I also love the fact that you mentioned that you had some savings in your money market. Yeah. So it's not all, like, you didn't say, oh, I'm poor, I won't do anything, you know. But as soon as you could do something, you did something. Yeah. I would like to know from your life's journey, what financial advice would you give to someone your age or someone in their 20s or 30s to manage their finances as best as they can?
Yeah, amazing. And I think anybody in their mid-20s, because currently most people began working at around mid-20s, 24, 23, 25, thereabout. But one of the biggest challenge we have today with the young people, there's that tendency of feeling I'm too young to invest, too young to save. And you see, in every single coin you make, there's a portion of that income that we call seed. Number two, there's a portion of that income that we call for food. So there's a portion of my money that goes to food and bills and all that. But there's a portion of my money that we call seed. Yeah. We don't eat seed. Yeah. We don't consume seeds. Yeah. Seeds is the money that goes to savings and investment. Yeah. So out of my income, this is my income. I make my income. I've taken the portion. And of course, there's something that I teach people. We call it 50-30-20 rule. It's a rule. It's a methodology that helps people in terms of money allocations. So the 50 part of it is what we call money that goes to your needs. Right. We're talking about rent. We're talking about children education and all that. Then there's 30 part of it whereby you say 10% is for your debt, and there's 20 for your what you call the wants. Like kidogo leo nataka kukula nje, sherehe kidogo. And then the last 20 is what we call the money that goes to your savings and investments. So out of your income, there's a part now that goes to your savings and investment. Now this is a big problem because many people up until we fail. So when it comes to savings and investment, there's what we call short-term vehicles of saving and investment. Right. And there is what we call the medium, and we have the long-term. Yeah. Short-term, these are vehicles whereby I can save my money and I can access it in case of emergency. Yeah. Talk about money market. Talk about fixed saving in the banks. Talk about even shares, I think so. Even talk about SACCO. So there are some of the vehicles whereby, and people of late, they like money market majorly because money market is a flexible platform of saving that allows you to save any amount at any time. You grow your fund, and in case of emergency, you can access it easily. Yeah, easily. So it does not lock you.
Yeah.
So there's nothing about that, oh, I can't access my money. No.
Yeah.
It's like a bank. The only difference with money market and bank is ya kwamba money market comes with a given proportion of interest.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. That's
that
the difference.
Yeah.
Actually, as we are on that money market, someone told me something so interesting.
Yeah.
He was just opposing the idea of paying a year's worth of rent or a year's worth of school fees, because when you do that, as much as you've taken the thought off of your mind, your money is not growing. Yeah. So he was saying you'd rather put it in a money market and just have the discipline to take what you need. Yeah.
Money market gives you just literally that platform of whereby I can gather my lump sum here, I can gather my money here, and in case of emergency, I can access it. In fact, we always call it is an emergency fund.
Right.
Number two, you can use it as a short-term vehicle to your short-term goals.
Yeah.
So that is one. So if I'm planning to wed next year, money market can become a best platform for me to gather money for what is coming. And that is what I did for myself with my wife. But we used to share one account.
Wow.
Because my wife now came and got a job before the wedding. So we used to compile and save in one money market.
Okay.
Yeah, in one money market. So we learned family finance discipline together with my wife while we were still dating.
Yeah.
So we learned that.
Yeah.
So we used to gather money in one account.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that case.
I like that, though I think it's not advisable for just any couple. There are some couples that their values on money are east and west.
Yeah.
So it might not work for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it worked for you is something worth celebrating.
True.
Yeah. So 50, 20, 30. 50 is for needs.
Yeah.
30 is for
wants.
Yeah. And 20 is for investments and savings.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe someone is watching and they're like, I need 200% for just needs, in terms of income.
Yeah.
So give them a word of encouragement or give them some wisdom on what to do when you feel like no matter how much you try, you just cannot meet your needs. You're barely meeting your needs. Yeah.
One thing that I tell people very simply, I tell them, no matter what you're making, you have to learn to manage it. You can't manage 100,000 if you can't manage 10,000. Yeah. So it's a discipline you learn as you're growing.
Yeah.
And even God can never trust you with much if you can't manage the little.
Yeah.
It's a principle for life.
Yeah.
So before I can trust with much, then I have to see if you can manage the little. So someone is watching there and you're making what you may call small income.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's a game of trying to discipline yourself and fix your life as per what you are making at the moment.
Yeah.
Life is a journey. If you're making 10,000, why can't I just pick a house that is around 3,000, a single room? Yeah, I start there. Because I always advise your rent should never pass beyond 15% of your income.
Yeah.
15% of your income.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem why people keep on crying, why I can't, mimi siwezi save. No, this saving thing is not for someone like me based on what I make.
Yeah.
It's because many people have been affected by the lifestyle issue.
It's true.
You are living far beyond what you make.
Yeah.
So you find someone is making 50,000, you are staying in a house of 20,000, that is, does not make sense, honestly. Yeah. So it's a game of balancing the little you make and ensuring by all means you live within your means as per where you are.
Yeah.
There's a time I was in a single room. There's a time I was in bed sitter, and there's a time now I'm a bedroom. So it's a game of just move with the face of life. Yeah. If you're making 10,000, just get a single room somewhere. Start life there. Then live within by that. Then at least at the end of the day, there must be something from that you call small income that goes to your saving. Anybody must save. Because the saving is the seed for tomorrow. So if you eat everything today, then tomorrow you have nothing. And that's the biggest mistake, and I always call it a way to serious poverty tomorrow.
One of the ways I've found to help ourselves save is also to delegate financial responsibilities. For example, if you're married, let's not have that notion of we eat your money and I'm free to spend my money the way I want. I think the idea of pooling resources is very helpful. Sometimes you hear people saying they've moved back with their parents so that they can weather a certain season of their lives. And I wanted to ask you why you didn't think of moving back with your mom that time you were living in an office, or was it because she was far?
I think there was that by the opportunity, but I felt as a man, of course, not a cool thing.
Really?
I felt it's not
you could have done it and you just did not?
Definitely. But I felt it's not a cool thing.
Okay, so you'd rather sleep in a washroom?
Yeah, because it's that, you know, and that's why you realize most of men that have been pampered and all that, you turn to become an irresponsible man. Yeah. So I felt, let me go through the process. Yeah. The scars you teach me and will help me also to impact my generation, to tell them you can start somewhere and make up to become somebody. Yeah. So you can go through pain and all that and then become best in time. Yeah. So for me, I felt no, let me go through it. There was that opportunity to move in, but no, I said no. You just refused and you opted to just... Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay, that speaks volumes to us. Then it's not just about finances, but even it's about the personal resolve that we have. And, you know, when you're going through pain, sometimes you get opportunities to cut corners, like a Muema somewhere who can sort out your problems. Or a kadil that if you participate, you can eat marupurupu. Yeah. I don't know what marupurupu is in English. Yeah. Just, you know, like, under the table cash. Yeah. Did you have such opportunities? Were you able to turn down such opportunities? Yeah, I think if I remember, I had a lady who used to buy me some kuku and chips around town. Wow, really? Yeah. Because I was innocently, I was pursuing business. Yeah. Then we filled the forms and then she was not paying. But every time she's around town, she's like, Timothy, how are you? Where are you? Come around, we do some. You know, and because I'm struggling, I can't afford even to buy the chicken by the way. So I'll come. If you want to slaughter a chicken, by the way, just start by throwing the corns and then you will try. Yeah, it's true. So I caught you. I was like, wow, this is amazing. But later, I can tell you, I realized it was kind of a trap. Because it came like either she was after me. It was not about business now, it was about me. You. And somehow, by God's grace, there's a day, it was a day to slaughter the chicken this time around. So we were almost to lodging. Only God saved me. Oh, really? Because this is where I come to believe. Yeah. Who feeds you will control you. That's true. So if a mama is feeding you somewhere, later they will control you. That's true. And who controls your stomach will control you sexually. That's how it starts. And that's how, when women are receiving things from men, it is easy to fall in the hands of the man. That's true. And to satisfy the man how the man wants. Yeah. Because you have already eaten a lot from the man. So the woman will even feel like, let me just do it to repay him for what he has done to me. So for me, that's why now I ran. I said, hey, I was almost to it. Only God saved me. Yeah. I think the lodging was so expensive above, I don't know, but it was either a way, God just in his own mercy thought, let me save this young man. Well, if you're not able to share, it's fine, but are you able to share how God saved you? Because if we are coming to, we have decided now we are going to this place and you are going to get a room and then you find the room might be higher than how you might be. I was like, okay, might be his cold place. So that's why we ended there. We concluded there. And then from that moment I said, no, I don't need to see this person any longer. Right. I don't need to see this person any longer. Yeah. There's a nurse I close in a place, a business, Santa Forms. The later she's like, oh, just come around. I stay in the, she used to live around my place by then, around just my same wood. I was like, oh, just come around for dinner. And you know, when you are single, then there's a temptation by it. Yeah. And it was, one day, yes, I passed. pick food. Then later I realized, is it business or there's something beyond business?
Else. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I think this is not business. There is something beyond business.
Yeah.
So I've been I've done deals with people, and you realize they are not buying policy. They are not here for financial thing. They are here for me.
Yeah.
And you can read it by, I went to close a business with another nurse who was like, hey, today I'm off, just come to the house. We talk this thing you do. I'm like, okay. I came, I presented, I did the presentation. The lady was just like, everything was okay. Yes, no question, no nothing. She was sitting beyond me, and she was like, the way she was dressed, I was like, wow. Kwani huku nimekuja wapi? Nimemaliza nikajaza forms, and then I'm like, hakuna swali, like, then I was like, sasa, kwani, what was it? Because I'll call you for the payments. But I was like, probably she expected me to pick something else. Yeah. Because how she was dressed, I can tell you this was not probably, she was preparing an atmosphere for something else beyond business. Yeah. I've gone with another one. Yeah, in Rungai, by the way. Someone took me for serious lunch, talked, filled the forms, and then she was like, well, you can see this was something beyond business. Someone texted me and told me, Timothy, I want 4 things from you. Yeah. And it was very, very clearly, number 1, good sex from you, because my husband is no longer with me. Oh. Number 2, if you can offer. So in fact, this was how the message read. Let me know above the things I've listed there, what you can offer and what you can't offer. Where? So number 1, good sex. Number 2, message. Number 3, investments.
People are thirsty.
Yeah, so then I'm like, wow, okay. I said I can only offer investments. Because let me tell you something, Lily, and this is what I've come to realize. The biggest thing as a person, especially in the marketplace, that we should guard by all means is your integrity. Number 2, your character. If you play around your character and your integrity, you have lost everything. Yeah. And that's why many people have lost it because of the game of character. Yeah. You do sex with her, yes. What about tomorrow? What about your what about future? Yeah. You will open a door that tomorrow will swallow you. Exactly. And the market will see you like a man who sleeps with clans. Yeah. And in one way or the other, because women, how they were created, they were designed that it is only one man they can live with, only one man they can have an affair with. Yeah, that's how women were designed. So when a woman realizes that I went with you to bed and now I'm moving someone else, there's that bitterness that comes in. And that's how stories spread out. Yeah. This guy does this guy is using women, this. And then before we realize, as a business person, as a man of integrity, as a man who fears God, then you will be your reputation and your personality will be damaged in the marketplace, and then you lose it. So the biggest selling point in the marketplace, and I think as a child of God, is your integrity and your character matters a lot.
Ooh, I'm so happy. That is so enriching. That is so enriching. Many people fall during the wilderness season. And people don't realize that it's just a season. Definitely. So many destinies have been lost during that season. Yeah. But as we wind up, I would like you to just share with us 2 or 3 of your most successful clients, the experiences, the people that you feel you empowered and you saw them growing, or the work that you are most proud of. Yeah.
I think I have the recent one is a wakili. I paid him a maturity of 8 years. A policy he took in 2016, matured the other month.
Oh, and, it's called a maturity.
Yeah, so in educational policy, we have policy with different maturity timelines. So for him, it was 8 years. That matured just the other month. Right. It was paid, and you can see, for me, it's an accomplishment. Yeah. For me, it's a motivation. I've done other several maturities like... Sorry, wait.
Since the identity is hidden, do you mind telling us what he started with and what he finished with?
The figures?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's confidential.
Okay. Yeah. So in our job, what motivates you is that power to change lives,
right,
or that power to put something in the future for the clients and the people you are representing. Because as a financial advisor, I'm in a business of putting financial solutions to people and helping them. Because when I give you a plan that will help you do that wedding that you want, for me, it's a plus to me. I've changed life. When I give you a plan that will help you take your child to McKinney School, to Brook House, I've changed life.
Amen.
When I give you that plan that will help you build that house in Kirigoris, your retirement home, I've changed life. When I give you that plan that will help you have a beautiful retirement life, I've changed life. So when I go with you in this journey of saving and all that, offering the financial solutions, and I see you accomplish that plan, for me it's a motivation. So when this guy, his policy came to maturity and he got his lump sum, it was an excitement to him. I've done it to other clients, especially the plans of, we have plans that have 10 years but have maturities of 3 years, and I've seen it amazing thing to everybody. What do you mean 10 years but have maturity of 3 years? We have plans that run for 10 years, but you don't need to wait for 10 years. They have maturities that come, we call them punctual maturities, that after every 3 years, punctual maturities. So it's a 10-year plan, but you don't need to wait till the 10th year for you to get an amount. After 3 years, there's like a half of your contribution that comes to your way. After another 3 years, there's another half of your contribution coming to your way. So you can see that excitement with people, because if, let's say, that punctual maturity is like $500,000 comes to me, it means a lot to me. Whether it's school fee, whether in some bills, whether in some development agenda I want to do, it helps a lot. So biggest testimonies in my entire career so far, it is that being able to pay maturities to clients, it has become one of my biggest motivation of all times. Because that is where now my this energy and the passion you see in me is because I know when I'm talking to you, when I'm helping you get a plan, I know it is for better for your tomorrow, better for your children, better for your retirement life, better for your goals, and better for many things that you want to do in life. So for me, that's my biggest story, is more of that. Very many people want to buy cars. So I just wanted you to share with us your first car story. How did you buy your first car? Did you use that money market savings system, or is it a lump sum that someone paid you, or is it a loan that you took? You know, in our company, we have that caveat whereby the company, if you are best performer, you're doing well. There's a caveat whereby, of course, I had the two options. I had the money, but then there is a benefit of whereby if you're a good performer, they give you whereby we can get a car for you, and then we can be deducting it from you. So there are institutions that have what you call the car benefit thing, whereby the institution buys it for you, and then they can be picking the money from you. Or else there are people that you can gather the money. You can save. I've seen people do it. They save in a money market, get the money, go to a Mwarabu, Mombasa, and they get a car. Or else there's an option whereby nowadays even the bank is doing the same. Bank can also buy for you in terms of like a loan, and they can pay to you. So it all depends which sits better for you. Or even you can get a loan from SACCO and buy the car. So for me, at least the employer car benefit worked for me and gave me a good platform. To at least to be easy to acquire a car in a very easy way. At least nikajua zile pesa ningechukua ni to get a car, then I save them for something different.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that with us. I know first car is something that is, on a lot of people's minds. A lot of people want to own a car. How does one know it's now the right time between, how can one tell between the right time and not the right time to purchase a first car? I think it all depends, because number one, it also depends with because for like myself in business, a car is a tool. It's a must. I need it because of the movement that I make in a day or entirely in my job. So sometimes I think it's a game of priorities, and it is a game of where you are to weigh out. Is it something I need now? Why do I need it now? Because you can have it and it's a liability. Can I even afford it? Yeah.
Or you want it just to show people you are doing well and you have a car.
Yeah.
Because there are people, you know, there's a law I say, and I tell people, don't become poor trying to look rich.
Yeah.
Don't turn to poverty trying to portray you are doing well.
Yeah.
That's the big problem that is killing many people. You want to go and take a loan, get a car. You don't need it. Might be na huyo mtu unapata you are just in an office whereby you don't go anywhere. You just sit in the office from morning to the evening.
Yeah.
Is it a priority at the moment? Do you really need it now? So I think it's a game of weighing.
Yeah.
For a business person, we can understand because of the movements.
Yeah.
But for someone who is just sitting in a one place, after a year you go home.
Yeah.
You can weigh it out. Is it really something you need now?
Yeah.
If not something you need now, you can consider to do something. Then later you can, so it's like something to weigh out.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to weigh out.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's this thing about insurance where there are usually hidden clauses. And sometimes I can only tell that I'm not able to claim when I get a certain illness. For example, you know, I guess pre-existing conditions or reproductive health. You know, there are some conditions that insurances do not service the money. How can I navigate when I feel like now I need the money, it's urgent, I'm sick, and my insurance is not coming through? Do I get a lawyer? Do I call Timothy and tell him, make it happen? You know, how do I navigate that?
Okay, great. I think from the beginning of the entire thing is a game of integrity and a game of being open to the client for the customer to know what the customer needs to know about the package.
Yeah.
So for me, for the 8 years I've been in this field, I've come to realize it is more beyond just doing a sale. We are dealing with the lives.
Yeah.
And there's a law in life that says whatever you sow, you will definitely harvest. If you sow to destroy lives and sell lies and manipulate people just to make money, just to make an income through manipulation and lies, then it will be evident in your life soon. So I think the entire thing is about let the client know the terms, the benefits of it. If you have taken a medium plan, like a 10-year plan, like we have them like a 10-year investment. These are like, for example, let me just give an example. Medium plans, we know they are long term. They are like a long term.
Yeah.
You have to save and wait until maturity. Yeah. But in case the customer feels to exit before time, there is what the Kenyan law, because we are governed by IRA, the Insurance Regulatory Authority. So there are terms in the Constitution Act that governs the insurance industry, insurance sector. So one of the law that it says you can't exit, especially the long-term plans. And if you want, at least if you want to be considerable payable, service the policy beyond three years. That is 36 months. But below then, probably you'll just come and continue where you left.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can come and tell you, this plan I've given you is a 10-year plan. You can exit anytime and you can take your money anytime. It's a lie. So it's the issue of integrity. It's the issue of you being honest with the customer.
Yeah.
And also, we can split based on the needs of the client. If the client is in need of a medical cover, then I know I'll give you a medical cover that will be able to sort you issues of health and that.
Yeah.
If it's an issue, is a need of education, I know where to fix you. But to avoid, I think also, that's why we are also advised to give a balanced presentation to help a client set up a plan that will sort and satisfy the client in all seasons. Number one, if I know a client needs money frequently, I better give you a money market.
Okay.
Because money market, it's a flexible plan that allows you to save any amount at any time. Yeah.
Let me just throw something in there.
Yes.
As a client or someone looking for, especially health insurance, I think that's where people have struggled a lot. What should I look out for so that I can guard against finding myself in a situation where I'm sick, but the policy can't help me? Yeah.
Now that's the issue of health.
Yeah.
So that's with medical cover. That means now translate to medical cover. So in the marketplace, we know of course, there has been that story whereby some insurance don't pay.
Yeah.
This one doesn't pay. But I know with all that, we have that companies that pay. We have companies that pay.
Do you advise on health cover?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because even myself, I have it.
Right.
Medical cover is very essential because there are 4 things that I say they are basic necessities for a person. Number 1 is we can talk about education. We can talk about the medical cover. We can talk about housing. We can talk about retirement planning and cash flow. Plans that can give you money in a due time. So medical cover is an essential to have it. But do a fact finding, do an analysis, and also by the help of the person you are dealing with, by the help of the service provider, akupeleke vizuri to understand the terms of the scheme you are taking the medical cover under for you to be safe side. So I think the back on thing is about integrity of the service provider who is dealing with you. So if the agent or the broker or whoever the person is in with the customer, is a game of giving the client the best information that they need to know about the cover they are taking, whether it's an education, whether it's a medical cover, in that they are safe aside. In that mtu atajipata hospitali anaenda kutibiwa na ambiwe haifanyi ama insurance ijatuma pesa. So it's an issue of integrity at the end of the day, whether it applies across to other products.
I guess that's integrity on the side of the service provider. But I think what I'm hearing you saying is that me as the client, I do need to do a lot of research on my company, on the policy that I've taken, right? So that I'm aware of those hidden clauses, isn't it? Or what can I do to mitigate such a situation as a client?
I think when you are being when an agent or the service provider is doing the presentation to you, it is, there's a problem with Kenyans. Let me just say it and admit it. Kenyans at times they like sharp things. They even don't read the policy document. They even don't go. We present you the policy, like let's say even for the other plans, like the medium plans and the long terms, they come with policy documents. Many people don't read them. So people buy what we sell to them, what I tell you by the word of the mouth. But people don't ask more deeper question because I may present to you, but we need also to know, have you understood what you have taken? Do you know the terms, everything about this plan that you have taken? So I think there's a key of knowledge. You understanding what you have taken, you understand the terms of it, you understand everything about it, and the consequences if you choose to violate any of the laws about the plan. Because I may give you a plan, I tell you, if, let's say like for the medium plans of investment and saving and all that, we know if you exit before 3 years, you can't get money. You see? But at least you can come and continue later. It's a term client needs to know. So it's an issue of knowledge. Client knowing what they are taking. By the time I'm signing those forms, I know this is an education plan for my baby for the next 8 years. I need to be disciplined for the next 8 years. But in case I may choose to exit, at least let me be above 3 years. I'll be at least be payable by the insurance. So the problem many times is not the insurance companies. The problem is the intermediary, the people in between the insurance and the public and the clients.
Akina Timothy.
Akina Timothy. But Timothy is a good guy.
Timothy is a good guy. Okay. If I want to enter a money market, what is the first 3 steps I should take?
Number 1, of course, you have made your mind, I want to start it. So the beauty about it is kwamba you play it based on how your cash flow is.
Let's say I have 1,000 bob.
That is okay. Because even with a minimum of even 500, you can start it. Then you can keep on building.
That's easy.
Building.
That's doable.
So money market by the way is such flexible. It's just like opening a bank account. So you just come, we give you a form, you fill. Or in fact nowadays even we do it online. We can even do it online, or you can even do it just manually. Then from there you can start. You can say, let me start with 500 bob. And then you can keep on filing it every week or every day, every month, depending with your cash flow. You can do lump sum, you can do small units, and then you can keep on building it. So money market is a game of building a lump sum, depending with your cash flow, and also depending with your need. Because someone may say, let me save for 1 year, and I'm targeting a 1 million. targeting 500. Let me say, because I want to go to Mombasa next year, I want to go to Diani by January. Money market becomes one of the best plan for that. Might be, let me say, for the next 2 years, I want to change my furniture in the house.
Oh, that's good. All right, so I'm sure people can reach out to you if they want more information on all that advice that you've shared. And I also like the fact that you give holistic advice. It's not just save. You know, you're also talking about integrity. You've talked about true love. You've talked about faith. You've talked about so many things. Thank you so much, Timothy. I really like that you've given us very holistic advice. You can actually make a very good life coach. You've told us about faith, you've told us about relationships, education, rising up from poverty, and I just want to commend you for all the good work that you're doing. And please tell people where they can find you for inquiries or any financial advice they would like.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Lily, for hosting me.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure. It was a wonderful time. I'm so grateful. To our viewers, you can follow me on through my WhatsApp number. That's 0752 549 732. Or you can find me on Facebook at Muema Timothy. Those are my 2 platforms that you can find me. So thank you so much, and looking to serve you soon as possible. Thank you.
Wow, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been an amazing show. I feel so enriched. I would like to know from the comments below what your take home has been from this show. What are you going to do differently that has been inspired by the conversation that we have had? Let this not just be something that we hear and then we move on to the next thing and forget about it. But I hope that our financial lives are going to change for the better from this minute. This has been Wellness with Lily on the YouTube channel called Shared Moments with Justus. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like and share to all your friends. You can find me on @Lilian Githui on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.